Okay, everybody, here we are back, I made a mistake in the last session, and that was that I used Diane to work on the clue on space 12 without first casting clairvoyance. So basically, I had to redo this thing, which I did, and she failed. So I have now changed the setup. So basically we are still on our first mystery, and we have 3 clues on this one. We are on Act 2 now. So basically we're getting closer and closer to actually losing the game. But I also forgot something else, and that was that at the end of the last mystery phase, mythos phase, each investigator loses 2 sanity and gains a madness condition unless he spends 1 clue. Now, the only person who had a madness condition was actually Diane. Now, Diane really desperately needs her sanity, but I took it away from her regardless. What I forgot is that we have the Take Me Instead story or relationship card between her and Lola Hayes. Now, she and Lola Hayes were actually in the same location, so I'm going to actually change this. Lola Hayes is going to lose 2 sanity instead of Diane, because Diane really needs it. So now that we are in desperate need of clues, what are we going to do? Because we need to, on the one hand, solve the mystery for which we need 1 more clue, and we also need to go up here, solve the mysterious lights rumor. So we have the possibility of gaining 3 clues this turn, and we're going to do the following now. Lola Hayes is going to prepare for travel, and she's going to go to Arkham to try and get this clue over here. Lily Chen is already on the same space as this clue. She's going to encounter this clue and see if it works, if she can get it. And Diane Stanley will again try to, will this time hopefully try to, or cast clairvoyance successfully, and will get the clue on space 12. Our friend Zoe, meanwhile, is going to travel to Istanbul and kill that cultist. And then we'll see what happens. Or she may actually prepare for travel and join our friend here, because we need to go to the Himalayas as well. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So first player again is Lola Hayes. She is going to prepare for travel, and then she's going to move to Arkham. 1, 2. Next up is Diane Stanley, who is going to take a rest action. And she's going to try and get rid of her amnesia. And she fails. But she does, and she has not lost any sanity, so that's fine. Now she's going to do a... She's going to test her influence. And she rolls 1 success. And she's going to get the police patrol, which she's going to trade with our friend Zoe. Because if Zoe manages to get the Gnofkech, she can reduce Doom by 1. And she should be able to do this. All right. Zoe is going to prepare for travel. And she's going to take a train to Mumbai. And Lily Chen is going to stay where she is. She's going to do a rest action. And she rolls a 5, which gets rid of her leg injury. And then she's going to flip the card on her poisoned condition. Each night the dreams become worse. You can barely sleep, and when you do, you are haunted by terrifying visions. Test will -1. Her will is 3. So she rolls 2 dice and she passes. If you pass, discard this card. Very well done. All right, so she has no conditions anymore, so now she's going to do a focus action. Or will she prepare for travel? No, she's going to perform a focus action. All right, so, and now we have, we're going to draw another task for the reserve, and it is investment. Your investment has paid off. You may discard this card to gain a funding condition. Very good. Alrighty, so next up is the encounter phase. And Lola Hayes is going to encounter the clue on the Arkham space. And let's see what she gets. Arkham. Walking the streets of Arkham past the faintly illuminated windows of the Silver Twilight Lodge and along the roughly shingled streets of Southside, dominated by the imposing form of the Historical Society, you can't help but be overcome by a growing sense of gloom and futility. Gain this clue. Okay, so we'll put this clue onto this particular mystery. The odds seem stacked against you, and every step forward seems countered by at least 2 steps back. Test, and then unfortunately this is empty. I could be cheeky now and say let's test influence, because that's her highest. What could it be that they want us to test? Probably will, yeah. So it's 3 dice. And she's going to add 1 die because she has passed her personal story. And she passes. And it's a good thing she passed, because if she'd failed, then she would have had to go back to her starting position, and she would have lost all her weapons. So that's good. So she managed to do this. And that's it. So at least we have now managed to solve the mystery. Okay. Next up is Diane, who's going to cast Clairvoyance, for which she needs to test lore, and she gets 5 dice for this. And she passes. So she can encounter this clue. But now she needs to turn over the page. The visions are clouded and murky. Roll 1 less die when resolving the test's encounter during the research encounter. Okay, well that's not so good. We'll see what happens there. Let's see what the research encounter is. Hopefully it's not a will test. We're looking for a sea space. Nope. Not a sea space. Wilderness, 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 sea. On the 2nd day of your voyage, the sea quiets to a dead calm and a sweltering sun beats down on the ship. You can hear the metal creaking and groaning as it warms, and you retreat inside to escape the heat. You look up, startled as a seabird falls from the sky, thudding to the deck. Then another and another. Dead seabirds continuing to pelt the vessel. Test lore. Now her lore is for -1 because of the problem with the clairvoyance. And she doesn't pass, so we're going to spend one clue, one focus token, and she fails. Okay, so that's it. She's not gaining this clue. If you fail, the sight of the death all around you unnerves you too much to think clearly, lose one sanity. Okay. Well, again, we failed. This 12 spot is really tough. Up next is Zoe. Now the question is, who should encounter the clue, Zoe or Lily? Zoe has... I guess it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Unless it's an observation test, but even so. Okay, we're going to give it to Zoe. So Zoe needs to resolve a test, and it's a city space. A narrow cobbled street opens out to a house-lined plaza, a sign indicating it is the Court of the Dragon. A sick feeling grips you as you pass through the arched entry, and darkness momentarily clouds your vision. Test will -1. Her will is 4, so she gets 3, but she has a reroll as well. Let's see. And she passes. If you pass, you shake off the feeling, gain this clue, and one other. Now, this is totally brilliant. So she gets this clue. Excellent. And one other. So she gets 2 clues, which is brilliant because then she can actually make her way to the North Pole and solve the mystery. I mean, she's far away from there, but Lily Chen actually... no, Lily Chen wouldn't get there more quickly either, because although she has prepared for... Well, I mean, actually, how do you get there fastest? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So she could go here in one go because she already has prepared for, and then prepare again, so she would be in London in 2 turns and then up here on the 3rd turn. Or she could go 1, prepare for travel, go here, and then go there. Okay, so Lily Chen is going to actually, because it's an observation test. No, so it should actually be our friend here who takes this test, because you have to test observation. Yeah. Alrighty, so we will give those clues to our friend Diane so that she can do the check. Alright, so next up is Lily, and she's just going to have a generic city encounter. A mob blames famed occultist Etienne Laurent de Marigny for several strange deaths. You intervene to prevent his arrest. Check. Influence -1. And she fails, so she's going to use her reroll ability. And she passes. If you pass, gain the Etienne Laurent unique asset. Brilliant. So that is a... Okay, let's see. That must be an ally, I assume. Prayer, provisions, walking, blah, 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 blah. Sir William Brenton. Professor Armitage. Courier Run, Stone Chest. Esteban Herrero. Nope. Let's see. Sealing the old ones for the greater good. Nope. Professor Rice, Father Merluzzi, Henry Wilcox, Asenath Waitley. Who would want her as an ally? William Dyer, Etienne Laurent. Here we go. Etienne Laurent. You may add 1 success to your test result when resolving... Okay, not too bad. Her influence is 2, so she can Actually gain up to 3 successes, so we're going to give this to our friend Lola, actually. Alrighty. Very good. So she has an ally. Alright, that is the end of the encounter phase. So next up is the mythos phase. First of all, the omen track advances. We're now on a blue. And we have no blue gates, which is good. We have a reckoning. So first of all, we have to roll 1 die. And we want to roll a 3 or higher. We roll a 1. If it is less than or equal to the number of cultists in play, investigators lose 2 sanity. So everybody loses 2 sanity. Okay, that's not too bad at the moment. That's not too bad at the moment. Yeah. Good. That's done. Now, next up is everyone's possession and conditions. Let's start with Diane. She needs to test will for her madness condition. And she fails. Let's see what happens. She's amnesiac. Okay, so she failed the test. Forbidden words. So much misfortune cannot be the side effect of simple bad luck. Well, I don't know. Your recent string of failures must be due to a hex of some kind. The marking you discover on your body confirms your suspicions. At some point, you spoke the forbidden words. Gain a cursed condition. Oh my god. Oh, she's cursed. This is horrible. I mean, seriously, Diane is turning into... Yeah, well, we shouldn't give her the task to fly over the... yeah, she's not going to do the stuff. It's going to be Lily who does it. Bane. Only 6s counts as successes on your tests. If you would gain another curse, blah, blah, blah. If you would gain a blessed, roll 1 die. On a 4, 5, or 6, you can discard it. Let's hope that there's a reckoning soon and she can discard this card. Until then, she shouldn't... Until further notice, she should just stay put. Nobody else has anything except the funding condition. No, but that... Okay, she could... Funding condition. If she's on a... No. Not gonna do it. Okay, that was the reckoning phase. Now we need to spawn a gate. So, in Rome, of all places. And we're gonna spawn a cultist too. Woohoo! Yes. A brief respite. Event. If Doom advanced this round, retreat Doom by 1. It didn't. Didn't we have something where we could push back Doom? I don't know. The old man stares into the fire and speaks quietly in his native language. His grandson listens closely and then translates for you. The skin of all things has been cut, but the young man indicates a cut on his own arm. A scar makes skin stronger. Okay, well, that was a very benevolent event. So we're now on the second act. We can now actually discard our first adventure, or first mystery. This time round we really did it. So this goes into the Next up, we need to get rid of this mysterious light thing. At the moment, the only person who has enough clues to do this is our friend Zoe. She's going to give the clues to our friend Lily, who's then going to make a quick journey to the North Pole, because she's the only one who has, well, except for Lola, who also has observation too, but she's too far away. So Lily can get there in preparing for travel in 2 turns. Good. Okay, all right. Zoe is going to continue on her journey to the Himalayas because she needs to kill monsters. Yeah. Diane will get an automatic clue from the cultist when she does a local action. She can, as a local action, actually say, I want a clue. She can interrogate them, I guess. So that's what she's going to do. And then I guess she's going to kill it. Yeah. And well, hold on. Zoe is actually going to move one. Then she's going to have Diana's going to move one. She's going to have an interaction with the cultist here. She's going to get a clue for him. Then she's going to kill him. And our friend Lola is going to go to London. She's going to do prepare for travel and then kill this cultist, because we also need to start getting rid of cultists. She should be fine. Yeah. Okay, so that looks like we've got a plan for next time. And on we go with the next scene.